Hello and welcome to Buncey Cast number 15, and it has been another very interesting week in the Premier League for Fulham. Facing off against Liverpool at Anfield was never going to be an easy place to go, and we did definitely go there with our heads held high after a very disappointing result against Huddersfield, and we did actually finally show a little bit of fight. Into the lineup though, started in goal with Sergio Rico, at left back Maxime Le Marchand, two centre-backs of Mawson and Dennis O'Doy. At right-back, we had Christie. Two CDMs for this match. We had Callum Chambers, who was probably our standout player. And then we also had Andre Frank Zambo and Gisa. Three cams of Ryan Sessegnon, Tom Kearney and Andre Schuller. And then our striker, Aleksandar Mitrovic. That was a very interesting lineup going in for the Liverpool game. I think that Slav definitely wanted to get something from the game. But I mean, what manager wouldn't? But very interesting to have the likes of Le Marchand at left back, putting Callum Chambers at CDM was definitely showing that Slavicio Kanovic can change. He's just very stubborn at the start. But looking at the result, 2-0 loss, I think it probably could have been more. But let's be honest right here. We actually played decent at the beginning of that game, and we did actually score a goal. And obviously it got given as offside. At the time of it being given as offside, I think me, along with a lot of other people, were very annoyed, and we're looking at the line and we're thinking, how is that offside? Looking at it now, I can see that it is offside very fractionally by his shoulder. However, I just can't help but feel if that was Liverpool in that position, that the linesman wouldn't have flagged it, because it's so fractional, and we do see so many examples of bias in this league. And I hope it wasn't that, but I can't help but feel if that was Firmino who was leaking his arm, I can't help but feel it wouldn't have been given it and the goal would have stood. However, we can't dwell on it too much. We did look very good, but as soon as that happened, we switched off, let them come at us. Obviously, Alisson's free kick, ball rolling, nothing more can really be said. It's just atrocious, the fact that that's happening in the Premier League, but not more can really be said on that. Let's just focus on Fulham, not the mistakes of the referees. And going into the next few weeks, I think that Fulham, we definitely need change. And actually, as I'm recording this, which I'll be coming on to, I've just found out that we have come to a mutual agreement with getting rid of Slavicio Kanovic and with the appointment of Claudio Ranieri. I will be coming on to that in a minute, but let's just talk about Fulham in that match. Could Slav have done the job if we had have kept him? I'm not too sure. I think in that match we were just showing some passion finally, and I think maybe he should have had the Southampton game, but at the same time, if we were going to make the change, decide to do it, I think now's probably a good time because we have the international break. Now is probably time to do it. At least he gets to meet the players. Obviously, I know some people are off of their respected nationalities. However, I think we've probably done it at a good time. I'm really, really glad to see that it was just mutual agreement. He wasn't sacked. It would have been a real shame to see that happen after what he's helped do and achieve for this club. Looking at the game, ideally though, could we get something against Liverpool when we next play them? I think we probably could. If we played similarly, that you never know, we could get something. Obviously, I'm being very optimistic. However, it's really tough to know because we're in a bit of an odd position right now. I didn't think we would be in this position at the bottom of the table at this point in the season. But with this change of management, I hope that can change and that we start picking up more points. Moving on to Claudio Ranieri, though, that very decent appointment. To be honest, looking at the likes of the shortlist, we had the likes of Big Sam, Alan Pardew, I think Louis Van Gaal was even on it at one point, and then Claudio Ranieri. I think from that shortlist, if there was anyone I was going to go with for my personal pick, it would have been Claudio. And when I seen the announcement come through, I was very happy. Obviously, I'm very sad to see Slavista go. When we got promoted from Wembley, I think that was probably one of the best days I've lived. And what he done for our club will forever be remembered. I think fantastic achievement, actually winning at Wembley as well. Going on that massive unbeaten run, we can't forget what he's done for this club, and it's just a shame. I don't think the signings were right for him going into the Premier League, and he was a bit stubborn with lineups. We were all getting frustrated, and now is probably the right time to change. Big shame to see him go. I wish him luck for the future. But Claudio Ranieri, like I said, the appointment I would have gone for. He's won the league with Leicester. He has done a lot else as well, but that's the main one we're focusing on. And he did keep Leicester up on the final game of that season. They got 17th, I believe. And I just hope that he can keep Fulham up, because at the moment we are in massive risk, I think. We really need these players to get a big lift. And if that means getting Claudio Ranieri, then let it be. But I just hope that we can get some results on the board now, get some points, get out of the relegation zone, and maybe even try and get out of the battle as early as we can. I think we should hopefully win against Southampton. It'll be very interesting to see how quickly our players adapt to Ranieri's style of football against Southampton. I was expecting a win from that, but now we've got new management. I think it's really going to be hit and miss whether the players can adapt and adjust quick enough. It's going to be very hit and miss. Let's see what can happen. Let's keep the optimism. There isn't much more really to discuss this week, because the Liverpool game was not very good. As soon as that goal was offside, there was nothing more from us to discuss really. I think going forward, there's a lot of improvements needed, and I hope with this new appointment we can get these improvements done, and let's see what Fulham can do. We got the international break. I will be back with Buncey cast number 16 after the Southampton game. Take care for now. And on a side note as well, the face cam and the border is going to be staying. However, I might edit and get a new border just to make it look slightly more professional, but it will be staying. I think it looks certainly better to renovate with the YouTube audience, and let's see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching Buncey cast number 15, and goodbye for now. Woo!